I may have put myself at a little bit bigger of a disadvantage because up front I put on torsion keys from a 2500 of the same vintage and cranked the torsion bars all the way up to give that level look and a little more ride height. In the back, I have air helper springs in addition to the mechanical steel add-a-leaf. Now granted, I have a slightly taller truck, a more stable truck, and a more capable truck at hauling weight. My question is, did I take away from the truck's off-road ability? Did I go backwards in that front by going forwards in the workability of my truck? And that's what I'm curious to find out today. So let's see what we have going on first. We have our 1998 GMT 400 Chevrolet Tahoe 4-rower. Let's see what we gained with the torsion bars. Up here in the front, up to the body, we've gained about 20.5 inches altogether in height in the front. About 13 3/4 to the frame. Now in the rear here, we have gained almost 25 inches and about 24 inches to the frame. And how I achieve that is I'm running 60 PSI in the rear airbag. Okay, that was pretty easy. What do we see so far? Well, as expected, with the torsion bars torsion all the way up, there's not a lot of compression up here in the front. Which means, and I felt it from behind the cab, quite a bit of twist happening here on the front end because that tire is not going up independently without that tire going down. So we definitely see that, and I definitely felt that behind the wheel, but it didn't feel uncontrollable and it didn't feel dangerous. Yep, as expected, not a whole lot of compression on that side or that side. So torsioning your torsion bars with a larger torsion key is going to impact the flexibility in your front. But overall not too bad because you have the rear, which is a live axle, and that can provide you a little more flex. So let's see what we have going on in the rear. In the rear we see we have quite a bit of distance here. That's pretty damn good. That's some good squatting there. So it seems like the rear axle with the rear air helper springs in the back under load at 60 PSI does not seem to be highly affected at all in terms of its flex. Maybe it's not flexing quite as much or quite as readily, but it's not too bad either. So not only do we have extra height, extra ability to carry gear, but most importantly, we didn't really do that much damage to our flex. Maybe somebody out there in the comments would say, well, duh. But honestly, I didn't know that because I haven't taken it off-roading since I did those modifications pretty recently. So that's why I was curious about, and I hope you guys learned something today too.